another theme. I don't know. Sometimes I talk about this in my private space because I feel like a lot of women don't talk about this
Mm,
enough.
mm,
It's seemed as like a man thing,
mm,
but like porn and masturbation.
mm.
Mm.
So
Sorry, you know what? It's because we didn't decide whether or not we were going to talk about this. I thought it's been a long time since that came out. That word came out my
yeah.
mouth.
No, but I think but again, I do think it's something to talk about.
Yeah,
I do think it's something that unfortunately is common,
yeah,
and even within the Christian space.
yeah,
And I think the more that we bring to light what's happening in darkness, the more people
yeah,
can be set free
yeah,
anyway. So yeah.
definitely. And I think about now as well as I'm getting older. I think a lot about my influence and my impact
Mm,
to younger women.
mm,
And I was I was blessed to have a mentor when I was younger
mm,
who saw me through that stuff and a lot of stuff that
mm.
like as I'm getting older, especially as I'm walking in, I'm pushing my buggy, like no, I have something that I can share with younger girls.
Yeah.
And especially I have like a niece as well who's getting into like the awkward stages of like the female life. Like, you know, when you're like 13, you look a little bit awkward because like your
You
body
look a
hasn't really
little bit
formed.
awkward,
Like
Ada.
not that you're
That's so
listen,
funny.
not that the body looks awkward, but you seem awkward as a girl because the body is like you're going through woman stuff, but you're not really a woman.
Mm,
Do you get what I mean?
mm,
She's just like me. When I was in secondary school, I was size 8. Shoes
mm,
size what 12 women's. You know what I
mm,
mean? When
mm.
girls were still wearing probably size 6 and
Fairs.
size 5 shoes. It's like awkward when you have this little growth spurt
That's true.
and you're not getting the attention that petite sort of like naturally pretty girls are getting. And it's an
Mm,
awkward time and you can flock to porn. Like you can
mm,
flock to doing things that you really shouldn't be doing. So I think about that a lot. And if I had to say my experience of that, I was probably introduced to porn probably through, when we had Sky and those late night shows
I don't think we've had this conversation. I don't
you
think it
didn't
was
have
Sky.
Sky?
It was just number 1 to 5. It
Yeah,
wasn't Sky. It
it
was
was
just on
Sky.
on the TV. They had 1 to 5 generally.
Yeah, but it wasn't
It
Sky.
wasn't Sky, you know. It
Oh,
was just
okay.
always like I guess
Oh, I didn't even
TV.
light the candle. Sorry,
I
God.
think it's just like sat nav. What's a sat nav? That's not sat
No,
nav.
the antenna.
Yeah.
And when I would press like 0000, like stuff like that.
Oh, I know it's
Yeah,
what. Yeah,
then you
yeah,
go to these late shows, and
yeah.
it's not like it was explicitly porn or stuff like that.
Mm,
It was more like probably like bikini wear,
yeah.
and swimsuits and stuff like that. Then I think one day, back in the day, yeah, you didn't really, well, at least for the us as children,
Mm.
we didn't really see those raunchy ads because we weren't even on the computer like that. But
Yeah, yeah,
those raunchy
yeah,
ads, and
yeah.
they say on the side like, "I'm waiting for
Yeah.
you." Like, we didn't really have that, but I don't know
Yeah.
how it came. But it's like I think I accidentally clicked on something.
Yeah.
Or if you went on the laptop or the computer, and you typed in XXX,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
all
Those things
these
will
things
come
will
up. Yeah,
come.
yeah.
That's how I got introduced to it. I forgot how that was, but I know that like from there I was quite promiscuous.
Mm,
From there, I saw another way in which women got validation,
mm.
and I almost wanted that validation. Obviously, once you open the door for porn, yeah, once you open the door for any type of like rated content, it's
Yeah,
long. It's
yeah,
gonna deal with you differently. It's gonna take you through just watching it to trying to redo it in your own house and things such as that.
yeah. So
I
when
feel
did
like
you start watching it? What age?
probably secondary
Okay.
school. It will be like, let's say my mom's not at home, no one's at home. I've come home
Mm,
early from school.
mm.
Let me crack, let me crack that thing on, man. I'm joking, I'm joking. And it probably stopped when I
Yeah.
met my mentor. So that would have been 16, 17.
Okay.
Because she really helped me with that. I don't know how she did it. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
but she helped me with that. What I found as well, yeah,
Mm,
it became a thing where like when you had nothing doing, you will find something to do,
mm,
and that
mm.
was something I found to do.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it was like that. That also kind of probably opened the door for that
yeah,
sort of same sex attraction as
yeah,
well. I mean, if you talk about this quite a bit as well, because when we're talking about like lust and just perversion and just doing things that you shouldn't do,
yeah.
it's not limited to gender. Like it's not limited
Absolutely,
to because
absolutely.
you're a girl, you
Yeah.
will like a guy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This lustful thing will have you doing things you just shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Passions you just want to, you know what I mean? No, it's true because the Bible says it, and you just
Mm.
look for ways to satisfy yourself, and
Yeah.
you just go
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I would say it started for me, and that's probably where when it stopped.
Yeah. So for my for me, I do think the first time I was exposed to like, oh, it's out there
Mm,
was, I think it was randomly, I think it's at 1 to 5 TV as well. Like I said, okay, this is
okay.
what people do.
Yeah.
And certain family members, I've caught them watching
Watching
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a whole thing. But then
Wow.
I've never said it to anyone
Of
at
course.
all. But I just knew, okay, so this is a struggle thing. But I remember, this is one thing I remember. I don't know who said it. I think it was on the internet or someone. Someone said this like that boys need to go through it to be a man.
Is
Yeah.
it?
So for like a big chunk of my, I guess, growing age,
Mm,
I thought that was a normal thing. That, oh, it's just
mm,
normal. Like they have to do that for them to
mm,
one day become a
mm,
man and
mm,
become a
mm,
father and stuff like that. Until I became a Christian and realized
mm,
that that is a lie of the enemy.
mm,
But I think for me, it's the whole like same sex attraction thing.
mm.
It probably came when I was like, I think it just, the thing is like leaving kids by
By
themselves.
themselves.
Let's talk about it.
Never, never.
Leaving kids by themselves and they're
Yeah,
playing house.
yeah.
Things are
It's
going to happen. Everyone
true.
is curious. Nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah.
And as you said, like we are, like I feel like we forget how a child is grown is as they're growing, they're just experiencing so many different
Mm,
things without any explanation.
mm,
And unfortunately, from coming from an African background,
mm.
they're not going to sit
They're
down
not
and
gonna
explain to
explain.
you.
Yeah, they're not
Like
gonna explain.
there's certain cousins I have that I've explained that to them because I
Mm.
know their parents are not going to do that,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're already past the age where they're already exposed to so many things.
Mm.
Um, so I think it was just more so like I was in like again, as I said, my mom had a lot of friends and families that would come with their kids, and they'll just leave us to do what we wanted to do. And I think
Yeah, don't leave the
that's
kids
when,
alone, boy.
do not. That's when we start exploring and
Yeah.
specifically with a family friend of mine, and I think that's when we like went too far and said, okay,
Mm,
this is a whole thing. This is a
mm,
feeling. I think it's a feeling. Like,
mm.
okay, this is a feeling. I feel
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But funny enough, I did know it was a
Yeah,
bad
you
thing.
felt guilty as
I
well.
felt guilty because
Shameful.
I didn't say it to anyone. So I
Mm.
like consciously we kind of, or unconsciously, what
You
consciously,
unconscious, yeah.
unconsciously
Yeah.
we know it's not a good thing, but your body saying it's a good thing.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's the vessel between flesh and spirit. Like your
Mm.
flesh is liking this, but you know, even
Yeah.
without the Holy Spirit convicting
You
you,
just
you
know.
know it's not right.
Yeah.
So I think that happened. And I think that kind of introduced me into reading certain books
Okay.
that it will evoke those feelings. So I was
Ah.
no longer doing it with a person or doing anything with a person. It's just more so find a way. So I guess even people don't talk about it, but certain books are forms of pornography.
Yeah.
And I think from
It's
there,
not
because
always
it's
visual.
not always visual, and I
Mm,
feel like it's even worse a little bit when it's your own
mm.
imagination, because you can take as far or wide, as how
Yeah.
high, as low you
Crazy.
want it to be. So I think that was
Mm,
one of something that I definitely struggled with
mm.
for a while. And yeah, I think it was a journey. I think
Yeah.
even being a Christian now, I think lust will always be
Yeah.
something that you have to die
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
Even in a relationship, in marriage,
Yeah.
singleness,
Of
like
course.
consistently. And I
Yeah.
think it's something that one should speak a bit more about,
More
and
about.
how one can overcome that.
You know, funny when you said about like the experience that you had with your family friend, yeah, it
Yeah.
just reminded me how those feelings actually started for me
Yeah.
because it wasn't porn or masturbation that made me
Yeah.
look at a girl or anything like that. It was one family friend
It's
who's
always a family friend. It's always like
bro.
a, yeah,
Someone
it's
who's
always
supposed to be
something.
close to you, but
Mm.
it's not even their fault. They're children. They're dumb as well, regardless,
We're both all done. Yeah, we're
respectfully.
all done.
And then they took me somewhere, and then they just did something, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, okay then. And I remember when it was during a party, and my
Mm.
mum and dad were looking for me everywhere. Little did they know, it's not
What
even
you're doing.
funny. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
opened the door. Then there was one girl in primary school who used to
Mm.
always sit very very close to me,
Mm.
because you know when we used to sit on the floor, cross our legs. So
Mm.
she used to sit really close to me. Did I think one time I don't know what happened. Either she wanted to go to the toilet, she asked me to come with her. I don't even know what happened, but I remember leaving like just like, wow, okay, like Like, I don't
My mind
know.
is blown.
No, honestly, and you know what's funny? I know this is so weird. It might
Yeah.
sound weird and a little bit niche, but like I was growing up, I was always tall
Mm,
and I've always been quite broad and I have an athletic sort of build.
mm,
And you know, sometimes like certain girls who actually practice like what same sex or whatever, they flock towards some girls maybe flock towards girls who look a bit more manly and stuff like that.
mm,
So like now that I think about it, I feel like maybe that was probably part of it because I didn't look like a man, but I was definitely I was a tomboy. I was
mm,
tall. I was a bit more broad. You know what I mean?
mm.
So even as I think about it now, it's like it's like it gives you like it gives that person maybe the feeling of like boys, but not really
Mm,
boys, if that
mm,
makes sense. Especially if
mm.
like there's a girl who struggles with daddy issues or that sort
Yeah,
of stuff. But like I'm sure there's so many things that are like woven within that.
yeah.
And we say it to say really like I feel like some growing up as well, going to like all girls school, it was almost like kind of acceptable to I don't know, it was kind of glorified for
Mm.
girls to like girls.
Yeah, it was normal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, yeah,
normal.
absolutely.
And almost I remember there's a time there was this girl in my school who was bisexual.
Mm.
And so I thought, me, I want to be bisexual. I
I
want
don't,
to.
that can never run
It
because you're
was like,
Nigerian.
nah. It was
But
like
fairs.
she had something interesting about her, and I always
Mm.
wanted to be interested. You know
Yeah.
when we talked about glasses and braces, like I just
Mhm,
wanted something
mhm.
interesting. So
Mhm.
I remember for maybe like a hot second, I remember this guy speaking to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm bi, like bisexual, as if it's just something cool. So like sometimes we make
Listen,
these
I'm
things like
back. Yeah.
glorified and trendy,
Mm,
just to like, and so we jump on just because it looks cool. But like as
mm.
I got older, if you really did like, I never wanted to ever be in a relationship with a woman, of course.
Yeah.
And when you deep it, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Same,
Even though there's statistics that the highest divorce rates is in
same
LGBT.
sex.
Yeah. I think that another problem is in that same sex relationship, one person is not being who they are. Like, for
Mm,
example, woman to woman,
yeah,
there has to be a masculine
masculine one.
figure
Yeah.
within the relationship. And
Hmm.
that's a problem.
Hmm.
Because maybe sometimes you want to show your feminine side, but
Yeah.
because you've put on this weight of
Yeah.
this is who I am,
Hmm.
you can't fully be
Yeah.
yourself.
Of course.
So I think that even what makes it work because you're only not only battling identity,
Yeah.
but you're trying to play a part or
Yeah.
a position in a relationship
Hmm.
that you can't fully
Of
feel.
course.
So I think that's another
Yeah.
with that experience you've had,
Mm.
how do you feel like it's shown up in your life now?
So rephrase.
Okay, let me answer the question and
Okay.
then maybe that can help. So I think with that like mindset of okay, I had this whole experience with same sex, whatever.
Mm.
But I'm Christian and don't want to even
Mm.
don't want to even bring that back into my like vicinity or
Mm.
anything. I remember being a Christian and coming to Christ and having female friendships, but not being affectionate at all. Because there was a
Mm.
fear that like if I get too affectionate,
Yeah.
that temptation might come up again.
Yeah.
Or like not or just kind of being more maybe that's why I was at Ice Queen.
Mm.
Because I was just protecting my
Yeah, I hear it.
salvation, first
Yeah, I
of
hear
all.
it.
And like I don't want
Any
anything that
problem?
can any
Yeah.
problems or anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that definitely birthed in like me getting attached to people. Like
Okay.
I was able to be detached.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
able to move on to the next
Yeah,
because
yeah.
in my head, if I get too attached,
Mm.
I might, do you know what I mean, it might go back to my past.
Yeah, I hear
So
you.
I think that's another way that it kind of affected my present
Mm.
that God had
That's
to
a good
like
point.
deliver me from.
I don't think it made me detached. Maybe did it? Because I was already a tomboy in primary school,
Mm.
and obviously having three brothers, I think that's what shaped me to being. I was if he was top ice queen, I was probably just like just a
This ice cream,
couple steps
we need
below
to
or
define
whatever.
what this even means.
She was just her. Her heart was ice. That's what it was. We couldn't imagine if he'd been in love. That's what all it was. Like, she was a great friend. She is a great friend. It's
Yeah.
just you can't imagine her. One day you said to me like, "Oh," and I couldn't believe it. You were like, "Oh, if I get a boyfriend, like, of course I'm gonna call him my man." If he call him my man,
Do you know what? Yeah, it scares me because so many people have the same thing.
No,
Like, I don't
honestly.
know what I was saying when I
No,
was
but you know,
younger.
if you changed and you forgot everything, that's honestly what happened.
Bruh.
You actually forgot everything. But we'll,
I forgot, like, I don't even know who I was before
as in,
compared to who I am today.
I can't even. Anyway, I just can't even like. Even though I know if she's gonna be an amazing wife, stuff like that. I just can't even imagine what, like, you know what I mean? Oh, then like her husband coming from home. Oh my darling, like, does that like you know what I mean? I can't even. Anyway, Sha. But if it was Ice Queen, I was
Wow.
like I was still below. I think our view and Ebony, I was still less Ice Queen than both of you, to
Yeah,
be
100%,
honest. Yeah.
100%.
But
Anyways, I don't think I was as, no, it turns out, maybe
no,
I
you were,
was.
you were.
And I think it was funny because,
What?
like, I think maybe just in the context of relationship, I was
Nah.
ice queen. Because in friendship, I think I was
No, you
more
are.
like loving, maybe not as affectionate back then, but I
You,
was,
no, you're
I was
the
trying my
type
best.
like.
Honestly, I was just trying my
No, you
best.
were still. Your friendship was amazing, but
Yeah.
you're the type that's like. She'll be the type. Maybe she won't say it like this, but it's like get over it.
Fairs.
Yeah,
And
do you know what I
and
mean?
one thing I always used to say as an excuse, but now it's rubbish.
Yeah,
Because I'm a somewhat mathematician,
yeah.
my brain used to think problem and then
Solve.
solution.
Uh huh.
So in my head, when my friends would come with their problems
Yeah,
and stuff, I think I'll skip the sensitive
yeah, and just
side
go
and
to
just go straight. Okay,
solution.
you shared the problem. Okay, what are we gonna do
What we're
about
gonna
it?
do about it?
Because
Yeah,
tears, I know that doesn't change anything.
yeah.
And only recently, let me add this caveat because I am changing, growing in the Lord, becoming like Christ,
Mhm.
is that I've understood the power of just listening to someone.
Mm.
That has blown my mind. And there's many like volunteering roles I'm
Blowing my
in.
mind.
There's many volunteering roles I'm in that like generally I'm just listening to people and they're leaving
Yeah,
feeling so much better. So
yeah,
yeah, it's just the Lord working on me.
yeah,
That's
and
all.
continuously working. That's
Yeah.
it's progressive, isn't it?
Mm.
Sanctification, but that's what she was like. But I don't feel like it manifested in me being harsh.
Mm.
Um, I'm still someone who likes physical touch, but I only like physical touch from Mike. I don't care for it from anyone
Anyone
else.
else?
I
Yeah.
don't know if that was because of anything, but I do remember like having female friends who I felt like they were. It was too much though. Like just
Mm.
because we're women, it doesn't mean that you need to be
Yeah, I
caressing
think that's
me.
something that
I didn't like that.
that's something to talk about, to be honest.
Like all I'm saying is that we can be, we're women, you know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
level of like we're women, like of course, like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
hugs,
Yeah.
whatever. But like when it's like you're doing something that only my husband should be doing, then you know what I mean? Now you're actually a bit mad still. You need to stop that. But that, like I said, that woman actually was,
A
a
lesbian.
lesbian.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it was motivated by my experiences, and probably when like porn and masturbation died down, it kind of died down. But that doesn't mean
Mm.
that there wasn't temptations there. I don't feel like it's spoken about enough because
Mm.
it's either you are gay or a lesbian. It sounds so weird saying that word. Sorry,
You're
you
lesbian.
no gay.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's either you are a lesbian or you're not. But it's like no, there are women who like even nowadays, like on TikTok, you might see someone comment on people's things like what they say, like I don't know, but basically just trying to say like, yeah, I'm straight, but I'll definitely hit that. Like I'll definitely eat that up. Like it's almost glorified to be
I'm
doing that stuff. No,
screaming.
100, but like
That's so funny.
I think this is more so for like any girl who
Mm.
has experienced that, any girl who feels like that, and definitely
Mm.
to anyone who knows any younger girls who might be going through that awkward time where
Mm.
it's like you're coming into terms with your identity and there's all these pressures and influences. Is more so to like identify that as like lust, identify that
Mm.
as perversion, and don't identify it as now this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
yeah, this
It's
is
not
my
your identity.
identity. No,
Yeah.
it's just more so how lust and perversion can play in our lives.
Yeah.
And the truth is, like, it's not only for women, men as well. Like,
Absolutely.
men have had these experiences. Men have come out now, especially saying, when they were younger, they were
Molested.
abused or molested, and that's what caused certain desires in them,
Yeah.
or that's
Yeah.
even what caused them to go the full length and say, no,
Mm.
I am this. But they've come to terms with the fact that no, actually, I'm not that. It's just more
Yeah.
so because of my experiences or and what I went through. So that's more so we're sharing this more so to say that
Yeah.
to someone, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And also I was gonna add, like, I think, and I speak about her quite a lot, like Jackie Perry.
Mm,
One thing she said that really just like
stuck with you?
stuck with me
Uh-huh.
was when she said how like she as a married woman, like she has kids, she's happily married and everything. The tendencies or the temptation
Mm,
to like a woman does come.
yeah.
But at that moment, she loves the Lord more
Yeah.
than
Them
that
to submit to
temptation.
that.
And I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful thing of seeing this because it's just lust, it's a
Yeah.
temptation. And I think when you try to act like it does is not there, that's when it eats you up.
Yeah.
But when you acknowledge it, but you know that I am submitted under
Mm,
authority, which is Christ, and
mm,
I have committed to just walking as Christ did,
yeah.
that will kind of lead you in your response to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean you submit that temptation in like onto God, and then
Mm,
He will help you.
yeah.
I think that's the best way to see it because I think we like to act like it's not there.
Yeah.
It might be there, but that's
It
okay.
might be.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make you haven't sinned. I think one thing I
Yeah.
learned as well is like having the thought or being tempted is not a sin.
Yeah.
It's falling into temptation.
Yeah.
That's the sin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think yeah, that's just encouragement. Like even if you're going through all of that, just submit it onto
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
and He will help
He will help
you.
you. You are not your passions, in essence, which is what the world tries to teach us, but we
Yeah,
are not our passions.
and same sex sin is the same as what do you,
Yeah.
like every other
Every
sin.
other
But what's
sin.
another sin? Like how would you say that?
Promiscuity.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's the same.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Same degree. Because
Hmm.
sometimes
Same.
we act
We
like
we
that's
act
that one
like
is
it's,
so
yeah.
it's normal, but this one's like
Though
whoa,
God
whoa,
did
whoa,
say
whoa.
it's an abomination, I
To
have to
sin
say
against yourself.
no, no.
Oh,
Same-sex
yeah,
sin,
yeah.
and then sexual morality is a sin against yourselves.
Mm,
We shouldn't take it as that like I can lie, but I'm better than the person who's experiencing or going through
yeah,
same-sex
yeah,
sin.
yeah,
Okay, that was, I don't know if that was a tangent, but I guess that was what part of what we wanted to share.